Former President Jacob Zuma's lawyers want the High Court in Pietermaritzburg to postpone the arms deal trial again. The defense has been arguing today that this is necessary while they petition the Supreme Court of Appeal President Judge Mandisa Maya to reconsider an earlier adverse ruling by her court when Zuma brought forward an application to have the lead prosecutor, Advocate Billy Downer, to recuse himself from the trial. Now, that issue, you may recall, was a few weeks ago, in fact, dismissed by the High Court in Pietermaritzburg itself. Today, High Court Judge Piet Koen is dealing with this latest bid for postponement put forward. The state, through Advocate Billy Downer, has said that this is once more the former president playing delaying tactics.
My Lord, coming to the issue at hand, my Lord, this is a matter that really should not detain us for long. And I'll just map out what I think are the parameters, my Lord. I've got about 5 different parameters which I will use, hopefully not use all of them. The first one relates to the matter that is pending before the President of the Supreme Court of Appeal under Section 17(2)(f) of the Superior Courts Act. That is referred to in the papers. Then, and that is the important issue that we want to dwell a little bit on.
Yeah, that's the reconsideration application.
Just the reconsideration.
If we can refer to it as that.
Get your live update on that story. Bring in Nkosikhona Duma, our reporter in Pietermaritzburg this lunchtime. Nkosikhona, so the Zuma defense team says this postponement is absolutely necessary if he's going to be granted a fair legal process. The state says no, he's delaying. Balance that all out for us.
You are absolutely correct, Tsembegile. So Advocate Dalimpofu argued here in about 2 hours of legal wrangling between him and Advocate Billy Downer of the National Prosecuting Authority. The crux of the matter here is that Advocate Dalimpofu is saying that this particular trial cannot proceed any further up until the Supreme Court of Appeal pronounces itself on the reconsideration application that has been filed by former President Jacob Zuma. Advocate Billy Downer obviously rebutting that, saying that this is just another delay tactic on the part of Mr. Zuma, and this particular application has no prospects of success. Mr. Mpofu actually responded saying to this that this particular court, and in particular Judge Piet Koen, cannot listen to that point that was advanced by Advocate Billy Downer and actually make a judgment out of that, because Judge Piet Koen does not have a discretion or the right to actually presume what the higher court could rule on, and in fact on that basis then he's saying that there must be patience, that the states must be able to wait up until the reconsideration application matter has been settled. But I just want to bring in legal analyst right now, Mr. Mpumelelo Zigalala of Zigalala Attorneys. Mr. Zigalala, are we likely then going to see this matter being postponed again?
I think that the chances are high. If you heard Judge Piet Koen just before he left, he was asking more about the dates, which dates are available in. So given an indication that yes, I think I'm going to give you that leeway of saying let the SCA deal with this matter and then it's done. Also, could have heard when he was in between the discussions about the way in which the Superior Court Act has been written, that his hands are basically tied in terms of any discretion that he may have. Yes, he may have a discretion in this particular matter, but his discretion is very limited. Yes, the Supreme Court of Appeals Act may give him some sort of leeway to provide any irregularities during the way up until the matter is done. But I don't think he wants this matter to be tainted by any irregularities. We want the matter to start and end when it has been done on a clean slate. All the appeals that must be there, all the reviews that must be there have been completed, and you are ready to listen to the first witness with no outstanding judgments or no outstanding appeals.
Well, Mr. Zigalala, so should the SCA not rule in former President Jacob Zuma's favor, does he have any legal ground to take the matter further?
Definitely he has. Let's remember that you still have the Constitutional Court. He will then go to the Court and say, my Section 35 rights have been infringed here. and it is appropriate that the Constitutional Court must deal with this matter as it deals with constitutional matters and my right. Let's further expand the definition of title to prosecute. I feel that the Pietermaritzburg High Court and the SCA are not listening to my merits. They are searching more things with which I'm coming with. What sort of reprieve should a person who has suffered such injustice do if they find themselves in a situation where the prosecutor is allegedly behaving in a badly manner? So it's only the SCA, the Constitutional Court, that can come to his reprieve. So if the decision of the SCA is not one which favors the former president, he can go to the Constitutional Court. Now let's remember the implications of that and the date which may be determined in a few minutes, in a few hours' time here at court. If on the return date, the court is not pronounced on the matter, we may again be subject to further delays or further postponements of the matter up until the court is done and dusted with this particular ruling.
So in other words, it could be months before we see what the state is arguing that it wants to put its first witness on the box there.
Definitely. I don't see it happening maybe after July. Maybe within August or September, then we can start with dates of searching this matter down for trial. That is if, by the way, the SCA does not dismiss this court's order, or maybe the Constitutional Court will come back to the reprieve of the former president. But definitely, time-wise, I don't see this matter starting anytime soon, or maybe up until after September this year.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Zigalala. I think for now we're just going to have to leave it here. Well, there you have it, Thembekile. So as Mr. Zigalala was saying, that chances are high that this matter could be postponed further, and that's what the state actually wants, because the state is saying that it wants its first witness in the form of Patricia DeLille to take to the stand there and assist with this particular matter. Mr. Zigalala saying that, well, it could be months before that takes place, because Mr. Zuma, former President Jacob Zuma, still has legal avenues to actually explore on this particular matter.
Nkosikhona, thank you very much for that analysis. We'll come back to you in the next hour.